Okay, we got 57 minutes, 17 seconds on this one. Yeah, I finally emptied out my storage. Yay. So, yeah, today I was talking to a couple of students that I proposed to train them or boost their confidence about language and stuff like that. And there are a lot of international students, so I just so this is I'm gonna go on a tangent, but so this is basically the business model of everything. The first layer is awareness. People need to know you have a service to offer. Yeah, genius. I know. And the next one is the packaging of the clear indication of what you offer. Sure, they know you offer something. That's the first step. The next step is what exactly do you offer? What pain points do you address? And then you attract the right kind of customers, the right kind of people. Um, there's a line that I really love from Alex Hormozy, and he literally says, when you are attracting the right customer or wrong customer, it's on you. And this is obvious, but this line is quite interesting because it literally says if you attract a wrong customer, he or she wants their money back. You give them the money back, and next you learn how to attract the right customer. And this is quite interesting as well. You attract who you want to attract, and after that is like you over deliver faster and better than the competition, and usually you package yourself or you position yourself in a stance that you are in a category of one rather than going to to the bottom to go cheaper, because there is no cheaper than zero, there is no cheaper than free, and even free is not free because it costs time, and people who value their time pay premium because they understand anything you can take back other than time. But yeah, so that tangent aside, that's literally how my mind works. I need to literally wrap up plot threads to go to the next layer of the story. And so I was just saying, hey, this is a very pain point I identified, and of course, it could bring me cash as well. It's not the long term business, but I enjoy talking to people, and I, believe it or not, make people feel special and valued, and feel comfortable about themselves, because I'm just curious about people in general. And the funny thing is that I got attacked because I was promoting a business or whatever, and they were like new kind of enrolled university students, 2021 or something, and they attacked it, and they said, one of them was like, I was gonna clown on you, but that is beneath me. And yeah, so I noticed that my immediate reaction was that, okay, this is not serving my purpose. I just need to remind them of the value I offer, the service I offer, and I just left a message in the group for 400 something people to see, and I left the argument. I'm still in the chat, but I left the argument because at that time I literally can go read something or whatever, because if I'm gonna literally engage in an ego fight, that person is 20 something years old, maybe older than me, maybe younger than me, but he is in an environment that has strategical kind of advantage to me. I just joined the group. People don't know me. He has been in the group, let's say, for 5 months, for 5 weeks. People are gonna feel familiarized with him. And no matter what he says in any argument, he gonna be perceived with a better judgment than a nobody that is literally the first message is pitching uh, kind of English confidence boost services. So any moment I would argue with that, not only is gonna be to detriment of my own image, but also waste of utter time. So I noticed that okay, that's not gonna solve anything. Even in an ego fight, I'm not gonna win because I'm in a very, very deep disadvantage here. And he already has, like, let's say 10 to 50 friends that are all university buddies, you know, and it's not gonna help me. And let's say I win that fight to the extent of okay, 2 hours of logicizing, let's say, logical kind of argumentation that not only he needs to have the mental capacity to keep up, but also he needs to have the maturity to understand okay, I'm not promoting a scam, I'm just showing the first layer of any business that is literally saying I am here and I am providing the service. And later in the day, I kind of crystallized that thinking into why that's happening, why that person is getting so defensive. I'm not gonna like assume things, but I understood that okay, maybe the factor is that, and this could be even like marginalized to the majority of the society, that maybe the contradiction that the job market is getting more and more saturated with less capable people, and people are on the other hand getting more and more intelligent because of the vast majority of kind of resources that are um, at ease um, accessible. Like you can literally look up everything online and go to Sci-Hub or whatever and even bypass the premium kind of gatekeepings that every single day is becoming less and less saturated because degrees are no longer the golden kind of credential that you wave in the wind and everyone bows to you, because the knowledge and the practical knowledge you acquire through a practice and through those credentials are now being leaked towards the masses, and there is no even credentials necessary because people pay for problems you solve. People don't pay for your degrees. I should know that because I literally have like this isn't about me, but just saying I'm not like talking out of my ass, is that I got like two degrees from top universities in two countries, you know, and I noticed okay, why this is happening. This is a recurring kind of practice that is happening, that people with less knowledge are going deeper on specified knowledge and a specific kind of services, and they're earning more than any PhD holder ever could. And I literally reflected back on this phrase that I was gonna clown on you, um, but that is beneath me. And that triggered something in my thoughts, that I understood, okay, this guy is doing this for what? For his 50 buddies to give him status and appreciation and emojis or whatever, that, yeah, buddy, you buried him, you burned him, and what is that for? I understood, okay, he's doing that performance not only to boost his ego, but also to get the credentials that whenever literally he rolls up to the university next month or next semester or even tomorrow, he's gonna be greeted with open arms that, oh, you roasted his ass. It's fantastic. So what that puts him is that he is training his mind, and academia is training your mind to not only get the fast gratification from external validation system, but also grade yourself in comparison to those validation systems. That is how social media works, with likes, with engagement, with watch time, even the new hype, whatever that YouTube introduced. Literally, on every single platform, you get more kind of rewards based on engagement. And engagement is tangible as likes, as comments, as watch time. Everything is being tangible. And this is, then I thought about, I was doing it in a creative writing that I'm doing for a long time. And I noticed, okay, this is actual like a mental university system, that because we are trained to be graded since we were kids for our comfortability and compliance by the set rules, and those rules are justified because those rules are pattern recognizing machines that control the masses. I studied law, and law in essence is just mass controlling of the majority. Law doesn't serve 100% of the people. Law literally stomps on rules and on rights of the minority to provide the best kind of solution for the majority. That's the best compromising system of controlling the masses. So I understood, okay, when you are literally trained, a friend of mine has quite a nice motto that he literally says. He has a daughter, 7 years old. He literally says, when my daughter is doing something, I don't say, I'm proud of you. I say, what are you feeling about this exact thing you did? And this internalizes the value system that the daughter immediately says, I am proud of myself. I'm happy, I'm whatever. So you don't seek validation externally. And that is internalized system of literally GPAing your own DNA and your own identity. That is literally ingrained in your own system. That school grades you, parents grade you, people grade you, everyone grades you. And what's fascinating is that when you leave that world, that academic interwoven world of grading, you look for that kind of system in a real world, when they don't give a shit about your academia. They don't give a shit about how to grade you. They don't grade you with compliments. They don't grade you with anything. They grade you with how fast, how sure, and how cost benefit worthy you're gonna solve my problem. And they grade you with your money, with their money. So what happens is that you are literally accustomed to a system that is for decades running and generationally running, and you turn 25, you turn 30, you turn whatever after academia, and then you are faced with the fact that, okay, you need to be a secretary for 5 years to someone who knows less than you, has less skill than you, because those skills, those whatever, doesn't translate, those grades, those thesis, doesn't translate to actually solving problems. And for a long time I thought, okay, this is applicable knowledge, that you're not applying theory to practical knowledge. But what's happening is that it goes even deeper, that I understood today, that it's the different systematic kind of observation and internalization of worth, that you literally are accustomed to seeking validation, and this plays a crucial role, that not only social media feeds that, because you see immediate feedback on your worth. When you upload a video, you see a like, it means you are worthy. When you upload a video, you see views, you see whatever, it means you're worthy immediately. But when you solve a problem, you need to keep solving it until you're master of solving that problem. That builds your word of mouth kind of reputation, and it slowly builds towards the trust you earn. It's not a one-time payment that, okay, you have PhD, I'm gonna pay you 50K. No, you have a PhD, okay, I'm gonna listen to you for 5 minutes because of your PhD. Because your PhD shows that you can go analyze for 8 years in a specific niche. And what that tells people is that, okay, your 8 years is worth 5 minutes of my time. In those 5 minutes, you can show me how you can transition from that externalized value system to internalized value system, that you know your own worth, and that you show it to me, that you know your own worth, and you can solve my problem in 5 minutes. And what's happening is that because of the transitionary stage, funny enough, in Dutch literally they call it a stage, for internship is still continuation of that system. Because instead of saying, okay, we graded your thesis, we gave you PhDs and everything, you literally go transition to the world that all of that means nothing unless you literally are overqualified for everything to be an intern. And that internship is supposed to teach you that all you know is nothing, so you need to start over. And not only that, gives you immense mental pressure, and it gives you identity crisis, that you literally question your own worth. But also, it doesn't give you the actual applicable knowledge you have earned to apply it to actual solving problems. You literally, how internship works is you forget everything you learned and you apply it because this is the way. And this perpetuates the ancient way of thinking that someone who didn't attend university, someone who attended university and followed the same path to make name for themselves for 20 years, now is facing you to do the same. Like it's just such a sadistic cycle that it self-sabotages the society, that it literally hinders its own progress, because it's two different metrics that are applying to the same system, to the same person, that not only he needs to first be validated by external indicators and metrics to be comparable to others, because that's how you literally compare the masses because of measurements and metrics. For example, IQ, GPA, let's say other metrics, for universities, entrance exams and everything. Then you leave that world and step into the world that doesn't value any of that, because at the end of the day, people want something for themselves. people want their own problems solved, and that leaves a huge gap that not only leads to depression, but also, thanks to social media, it perpetuates the cycle of actual gap, because not only before it would be every 20 years old, 30 years old leaves university and is looking for work and needs to connect, needs to, I call it betworking, betting on someone else's work and everything. But also, now it's spreading towards all ages, because a 50 years old goes online and he shares his, let's say, 20 years of expertise and doesn't get one like. Some random, let's say, analytics geek in the same niche without any knowledge literally goes and hacks the analytics, or plays by the thumbnail rules or whatever, and gets attention. And that 50 years old is being diminished in his own niche by someone who hasn't had the expertise of 20 years that he has. So the internalized value of 20 years of expertise is becoming commoditized through external validation system that rules everything. Likes, comments, social media, everything. And it baffles me that even let's say, the academia transitioning to the market is going through the same system. LinkedIn is a must for everyone, because how else you're gonna network? How else you're gonna find people in your niche? And on the surface, that's actually helping people, but it's not, because you literally go to LinkedIn and you see someone who doesn't have your degrees, who doesn't have your expertise, who doesn't have your knowledge, who doesn't have your anything. He has literally left college at, let's say, 15, at 17, and has now built an empire on LinkedIn, because he has tested and failed billions of times when you were literally presenting your thesis. And now you're on the equal ground, assumedly, with the same person that has established presence in this new world you're literally stepping inside. And not only that crushes you, that you wasted money, time, potential, and hopes on glamorous degrees. Now you're competing with someone who hasn't done any of those, and you're in the same marketing kind of competition. Now you have capped the academia, but this guy hasn't done any academia, but straight to the market. And now you're starting from zero. Literally, you are losing on two grounds, while he lost on one ground that doesn't even matter now. And making that through LinkedIn to connect with people, to find people, to whatever, it's not actually facilitating the actual accessibility of these minds or these people or these positions. It's actually crushing you with the weight of someone who skipped the academia and is ahead of you by miles. And you cannot even argue that you have the edge in the long run, because even your academic kind of credentials is every single day free courses being offered by any university to even stay relevant. Cambridge doesn't give free courses out of generosity. It's literally establishing a brand that wants to be viable and up to date with the majority of leaks or everything is going on. Literally imagine all of the Cambridge kind of lectures and everything is online if you look deeply. And before that happens, Cambridge is, surprise, surprise, giving you online courses on something out of generosity. It's not generosity, it's literally, you can literally find it anywhere, so we're gonna have it and own it ourselves with our brand, other than, let's say, some hacker leaked it on GitHub or something. It's just so fascinating to me that we're transitioning into a state of world that the more people are getting knowledgeable, the less capable they're gonna become, because everyone is looking for the permission for the grading system that doesn't even exist. And this has been so internalized that everyone is being fed to this machine or to this systematic thinking that everyone needs to be valued by one metrics, others validation, and that destroys self-image. It doesn't matter how many bestsellers tell you you are a great writer, how many whatever um, professors, credentialed people tell you whatever. At the end of the day, you're gonna go to the market, and market is not gonna pay you because you don't have the self-confidence to present the value you internally have, and you don't even literally believe in it. And people who don't even have tenth of that talent, they just test and repeat and rinse and repeat billions of times that they're just gonna be ahead. It's just like it's just like so fascinating and sad at the same time that it's like every single day is getting worse and worse. Like even like whenever I go to YouTube, some random people are going viral, and all of them are literally finding one thumbnail, going viral with that, and going to, like, there are a couple of apps, and you cross-reference the thumbnail that works and everything, and you literally follow that same path, and it's just like feeding the illusion that meritocracy is actually like superior to mediocrity, but actually is not, because meritocracy demands actual expertise and knowledge and depth and time. But you literally go and have, okay, celebrities as AI, let's say animals. I just thought of that. It's gonna go fucking viral because it's like, okay, let's say Trump is a hippopotamus. That's your thumbnail. Trump as hippopotamus. Okay. Everyone is gonna fucking click on that. It's just like so ridiculous. Like and even the market is moving away from that, because it's like the things that made like humans flaw is now becoming the traits and examples of actual human superiority, because now I'm seeing in a lot of CVs that they literally include typos to literally say, okay, this is AI generated, yes, but I have 2 or 3 typos for you to think it's not AI generated, so it's authentic to me. So they get the professionalism presentation of AI, and they add a couple of typos there to make it human. And both sides know this is AI, but because of the human fallacy and aspect of it, it's gonna be accepted rather than polished AI. I literally have a couple of messages to CEOs and lawyers and everyone I'm in contact with, and literally one aspect of it is boosting my conversion rate in cold emails and everything by like 30%. And that's one thing. Instead of capital name, instead of, let's say, Mr. John, instead of big J, I use small j, because that's grammatically wrong, but it shows that this is authentic, this is human. And literally take that into consideration, that in 5 years, where it's gonna be. It's gonna be like, okay, everyone has access to knowledge, everyone is gonna have AI expertise, prompt doctorate and everything. And the actual problems you solve is gonna be solved by people who don't know anything. And they literally are gonna just have the time to Google something efficiently for 5 minutes and earn from it. It's just like it's just like in a such a ridiculous state that nothing is even making sense. Credentials don't mean shit. Degrees don't mean shit. Anything. It's like the best bet on life you can literally get is to start with the least amount of credentials and transition to the job market immediately. Because with the credentials, you're gonna have the fallacy of people grading you. People don't give a shit about your grading, your value you bring. People are gonna say, okay, I have this problem, you can solve it, and how sure are you? And the more certainty you show is gonna be congruent with your self-image. It's just like it's just such a like a ridiculous state the world is in. But yeah, this is enough. I'm yeah, I'm documenting things because yeah, it's an interesting turn for the world, and this video is not gonna be seen by 5 years or 10 years because apparently I'm early in everything. I literally have a thesis on cyber sovereignty that by 2028 even is gonna be relatable because I literally predicted AI Act before even it was in the kind of drafts, and it's been in the drafts like 20 since 2024, and it's been like it's entered the yeah, it's gonna be like entering into force by the next year fully, August 2026. So other than like even the expertise and aspect of that, it's like call it like delusion, but my thinking as well is like 5 to 10 years ahead because that's like how dedication works. You literally train your mind to see things that is like hidden to people who have like 5 to 10 years to catch up. But yeah, that's the video till 5 years.